Hi there. I'm here outside the training centre for new police officers. This is where the initial training takes place. But on the next intake that we're running, there's going to be a difference. Let's go inside and find out more. Last year, College Policing launched a new entry route for people wanting to join the police. It's the Police Constable Entry Programme, or Pcet. This is in addition to existing routes, which are the Degree Apprenticeship route and the Degree Holders route. This new route actually replaces the pre-2018 entry route, which wasn't accredited. Before 2018, you only needed a level 2 in English and Maths to apply to the police. But since 2018, you either have to have a degree or you have to enrol on a degree and apprenticeship to become a police officer. The College of Policing wanted to recognise the complexities of modern policing by professionalising the role and reassuring the public about the quality of police training. The College of Policing wanted to recognise the complexities of modern policing by professionalising the role and reassuring the public about the quality of police training. In fact, by 2023, policing had become the largest provider of degree apprenticeships in England. So why now introduce this new Pcet route? I want to find out several things. Is this additional route necessary? Is it a positive change to our existing processes? And what impact has it had on the FAVE sector and on the training department and in fact the students themselves? To address my first question, I approached the college, who say that Pcet is necessary because it provides a practical pathway into policing, allowing individuals to gain the skills and knowledge needed without needing a degree. Pcet has received agreement with the Secretary of State for Education. It's also been reviewed by the Institute for Technical Education to ensure that it meets all the occupational standards. Forces now have the flexibility to attract talented and diverse applicants through the 3 available police constable entry routes. Chief Constable Andy Marsh, who is the CEO of the college, says that Pcet ensures there is a route into the service for people from all backgrounds and experiences. This can only be a good thing for the future of the police service. Okay, so that answers my first question. To find out if it's a positive change or not, I've spoken to some students here who have recently been appointed onto the Pcet and asked them what they thought about having this option as an entry route. They all told me that they've been waiting for this route for years and have actually delayed applying for the role until it was introduced. So that's another positive response. I wonder if anyone will actually think it's a negative change. I also want to find out what challenges do we face by introducing this new entry route. Well, for starters, we will now have 3 different levels of students in one class at one time. So a classroom of students will now look like this.
I've got a degree and I'm working to be a police officer.
I am working toward a degree and also trained to be a police officer.
I haven't got a degree and I don't want a degree and I'm working to be a police officer.
I also wonder what impact that will have on the students studying for a degree. Will they question why they have to do a degree when other students in the classroom don't, even though they're all training for the same role? I also spoke to another police force who have already delivered the Pcet to find out how it works in practice. And they told me that because the Pcet students won't need the university sessions and the additional study time, their initial training was significantly shorter. They chose to run the Pcet timetable separately to the PCDA and DHEP timetable. Now that sounds like a good practical solution. However, Dorset don't have the resources to achieve this. This means that our training timetable needs to incorporate the different requirements of the students, but also the lessons will need to include differentiated strategies to ensure we're delivering a fully inclusive learning package. While there will be less emphasis on the academic learning for the Pcet students, we will still continue to recruit people on the apprenticeship programme to promote the professionalism of policing as a career. Hi there. Hi. Thanks ever so much for giving me some time today. I just wanted to talk to you about the new entry route that's coming in as we speak, really, the Pcet entry route, which, as you obviously know, is the non-degree route. Would you mind telling me what impact you think it's going to have? Because I'm thinking of it from a personal point of view, as me as a trainer, but I'm sure you've had to think about it from a broader angle. So, yeah, really, my question is, what impact do you think it's going to have?
So it's going to have a significant impact, actually, but in both positives and not so positive ways. So the new entry route, first of all, is going to involve quite a lot of work. We need to make sure the curriculum is ready to go in January 2026. That hasn't been written yet, so we are going to need to form a curriculum design team in order to do that, because it very much follows College of Policing, learning objectives and outcomes. So obviously that will have an impact on our training team. So we have quite a small training team as it is. So with this new design team that's formed, obviously that's going to have an impact on our current delivery with initial training cohorts. So we will need to potentially recruit more trainers in order to fill those gaps. In terms of actually, the students when it comes in, I think it's going to be really positive in that the degree route has tended to attract those younger students, perhaps who still live at home, who sort of have that time to do the degree and police work, because it is a significant workload. And we have found that those with families and other commitments outside of the job do find it quite a demand, and we have unfortunately lost some people through resignations as a result of that. So with this new entry route, it will hopefully encourage a more diverse population to come into the police, which is how it was many years ago. So when I talk about diverse population, I'm talking about those military people, people with sort of life experience who maybe have had jobs before. And with that, obviously, it brings such a variety of backgrounds, and those less or those younger perhaps students can really sort of converse and rely on those older with life experience, which is what we've seen in the past. So there's a much greater mix there, and those life experiences really do transfer operationally as well. So I think that's going to be really beneficial to all. Yeah, impacts all around, but I think overall definitely a positive impact with that diversity of thought and diversity of people coming in.
Thank you. It seems to me that the success of this additional entry route for the further education sector very much depends on the size of the police force and the availability of resources to achieve what is required of us. Jo Noakes is the Director of Leadership and Workforce Development for the College of Policing, and she stated that changes to police constable initial education has been the most fundamental workforce reform for policing in decades. There's been a huge amount of innovation and learning since the new routes first launched in 2018. Now all police constable entry routes are having a refreshed emphasis on the vocational nature of policing, together with a focus on work-based assessment and learning. There are extra measures to ensure consistent high standards. Here in a small force like Dorset, I think we have our work cut out to make this work, but only time will tell. Thank you.